Ever wondered how your favorite party popper, the humble balloon, is actually made? What if I told you it starts from the milky sap of a tree and ends up as that colorful floaty fun in your hand? Sounds wild, right? Well, it is. From sticky latex baths to giant ovens and even balloon spa days, the journey is surprisingly juicy. Stick around, because what goes into making a balloon will totally blow your mind. Let's dive in. Step 1. The origins of balloons. Before balloons became the colorful, floaty fun we all know and love, their history was a little weird. The very first balloons were made from dried animal bladders. Yep, you heard that right. People used to inflate animal parts and call that a balloon. Not exactly party material, right? Imagine showing up to a birthday with a pig bladder balloon. No thanks. Luckily, in the 1800s, a scientist named Michael Faraday came up with something much better. He made the first rubber balloon while doing experiments with hydrogen gas. His version was stretchy, smooth, and didn't smell like a barnyard. Fast forward to the 1930s, and balloon making became a full-on factory business. Step 2. Collecting natural latex. The journey of a balloon starts with trees, specifically rubber trees. These trees grow mainly in tropical countries like Thailand, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Workers carefully cut the bark in a special way, allowing the white, milky latex to drip out. This latex is what will eventually turn into a balloon. It's kinda like the tree's sap, and it flows into little cups placed at the base of the tree. Once the latex is collected, it's filtered to remove leaves, twigs, or bugs that might have gotten in. Nobody wants a bug in their balloon. Step 3. Coloring and mixing the latex. Now that the latex is in the factory, it's time to add some flavor. Well, not real flavor, but color. Bright, vibrant colors are added to the latex to make the balloons pop. Visually, of course. This is where balloons get their personality. Whether it's baby blue, fire engine red, or sparkly purple, all the colors are mixed right here. Step 4. Dipping the balloon molds. This step is where the magic really begins. Factories use balloon molds, which are shaped just like a deflated balloon. These molds are usually made of metal or ceramic and are dipped into a special solution first, a sticky mixture that helps the latex grip the mold better. Without this, the latex would just slide right off like water on a greasy plate. Once the molds are prepped, they're dipped into the colorful latex bath. This is where the mold gets its first layer of balloon skin. The longer the mold stays in the latex, the thicker the balloon will be. After the first dip, the mold is pulled out and left to dry a little. Then sometimes it goes back in again. Some balloons get dipped twice to make them stronger. It's like giving the balloon a second coat of paint. Step 5. Creating the balloon neck. Now that the molds are covered in latex, it's time to create that little rolled edge at the bottom of the balloon. You know, the part you blow into. This step is called beading. While the latex is still wet, machines roll the end of the balloon up slightly to form that ring. This beaded edge is super important because it keeps the balloon from tearing when you tie it or stretch it. Step 6. Heating and vulcanization. Alright, so now we've got balloons on molds, but they're still soft, gooey, and honestly not very balloon-like yet. The next step is heating them up, a process called vulcanization. This fancy word just means baking the rubber so it becomes stretchy and strong instead of sticky and weak. The balloon-covered molds are placed into large ovens. As the latex heats up, it goes through a chemical change where all the rubber particles link together. It's kind of like turning cookie dough into cookies. Once it's baked, there's no going back. This step makes sure the balloons won't melt in your hand or pop too easily. It's all about durability and bounce. Step 7. Leaching and washing. Now that the balloons have been heat treated, they need a good bath. And no, not just for hygiene. This step is called leaching, and it involves soaking the balloons in warm water for several hours, sometimes even overnight. The goal here is to wash out any leftover chemicals or proteins that might cause allergies or skin irritation. Step 8. Removing the balloons from molds. Now comes the moment we've all been waiting for. Freeing the balloons from their molds. Once they're washed and dried, machines gently pull the balloons off their molds using air jets or rubber grips. This part is a little tricky because the balloons are still soft and can tear if handled too roughly. Some factories do this part by hand, but most use automatic systems to keep things fast and clean. After removal, the balloons are collected in large bins or baskets, ready for one last quality check. This is when they really start to look like the balloons you'd buy in a party pack. Step 9. Testing and visual control. Not every balloon makes the cut. Before they're packaged and shipped, balloons are tested to make sure they're up to standard. Some get inflated to check for leaks or thin spots. If they pop too easily or can't stretch enough, they're tossed out. Nobody wants a balloon that bursts halfway through a birthday song. Step 10. Printing and designs. Printed balloons, the ones with happy birthday or cool logos, go through an extra step. They're inflated just a little bit, not enough to pop, so the surface is stretched and flat. Then, printing machines use rubber stamps or silk screens to add the designs with ink. It's kind of like tattooing a balloon. The ink is special too. It needs to stretch along with the balloon without cracking. After printing, the balloons are deflated, dried again, and sent down the line. This is where you get all those themed balloons you see at parties, weddings, and big events. They're not just colorful, they're custom. Step 11. Packaging and shipping. At this point, the balloons are clean, tested, and pretty. Now it's time to count and pack them. Machines or workers bundle them into small plastic bags or boxes, depending on where they're going. Some are packed in dozens, some in hundreds. There are even vacuum-sealed packs for bulk buyers like party stores. Then they're labeled, sealed, and stacked on pallets ready for shipping. Balloons travel all over the world, from tiny shops to huge events. Some are sold in party packs at your local supermarket, while others get shipped off for corporate functions or massive balloon arches at weddings. Step 12. Are balloons bad for the environment? Here's the part most people don't think about. What happens after the party? Most balloons today are made from natural latex, which means they're biodegradable. Over time, they break down like a banana peel. But, and this is a big but, they still shouldn't be released into the air. That can harm wildlife and pollute waterways. Latex balloons break down much faster than plastic ones, but it's still important to pop them and throw them away properly. Some balloons, especially the shiny foil ones called mylar, aren't biodegradable and can hang around for years. So if you love balloons, celebrate responsibly. They're fun, just not for the planet if you're careless. So there you have it. From rubber trees to your next party, balloons go through a wild, colorful, and surprisingly scientific journey. It's more than just rubber and air. It's chemistry, engineering, and a whole lot of fun. The next time you blow up a balloon, you'll know just how much effort went into making that little pop of happiness. Whether you're planning a birthday, a wedding, or just a random Tuesday celebration, now you've got the full story behind the bounce.